Welcome to Sketchy Lender Stories. Before I begin, if you guys like this channel, hit like. If you hate it, hit the hate. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Okay, so Sketchy Lender Stories. This is a true story. Okay, there's actually a case on this. So I'm going to tell you what happened, and this is going to be red flags for you guys to watch out for. So this was on a FHA loan, and the buyer didn't have enough to make a down payment. So with an FHA loan, you need to put 3.5% down. The lender said to the buyer, "Don't worry, I will have my wife gift it to you." Yeah, okay, so here's the deal. We can't do that. That's a no right now. So if your lender is offering to pay your down payment via their wife, be afraid. Okay, be afraid. You know, whenever a lender is telling you guys to do something that sounds a little off, feel free to call me and I'll tell you it is. So the lender basically sets up this whole loan, no joke, where the buyer doesn't have the down payment. I don't know what the rate was. I'm assuming that's how the lender was getting his money back, is with a much higher rate. His wife was pretending to be the buyer's cousin, right? Because with FHA, it has to be blood. So they filled out a form saying that she was the person's cousin. She was not. And then wired money from her bank account to the closing. Okay, now how did the lender find out that that was not the cousin? Because they did it more than once. Yeah, they did it more than once. They did it like more than once, guys. So either this woman had more cousins than everyone else in the world, or it was fraud. And we all know the later it was fraud, you know, and that's what you guys really need to watch out for, is whenever you have lenders saying stuff like, "Oh, just pretend my wife's your cousin, it's cool." No, guys, it's not cool. There's no reason we would be advising you to lie, right? That's the thing. If a lender's telling you to lie, that is a red flag that fraud is occurring. Okay, and look, what does fraud result in? Well, in many cases, it results in higher rates, it results in predatory loan programs, and it results, you know, there was another story. Can you tell I've been doing all my training recently? This one was ridiculous as well. So this lender, apparently for whatever loan program she was doing, the buyers had to have a certain amount of reserves. So what reserves are is it's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. It's your pity, it's your monthly payment in the bank. Okay, you had to have a certain amount of reserves in the bank. So if her clients didn't have enough money, she was taking her personal 401k statement and putting their name over it. Yeah, like no shit. So the lender figures this out because they're like, this is so weird. Why does Betsy's borrowers, well, how do they all have the same amount in their 401k statement and the same investments and. So of course that lender did get fined, right? But not a big enough fine for what it is. And the question is, you may be like, well, why would all her clients let her do that? What makes you think they knew? That's something you guys have to watch out for too, because sometimes what will happen is, like, let's say 3 lenders decline you and they say your debt to income's too high, here's the income we're coming up with, here's where the problem is, and then one lender says, "Oh, no, it's good. It's good," but they don't really have any specifics. They're not talking to you about why it's fine. They're not addressing why those other people said your debt to income is high. Yeah, there's been lenders who've been known to make up fake tax returns for buyers. Yeah. Do the buyers know? Probably not. I mean, I don't know how many buyers actually read their applications. So that's something you guys want to watch out for, is you really want to watch out for, like, you know, a lot of this stuff would have been caught by the buyer on the application. Now, most of the time, and this is effed up, but the buyer wants the house so much, they may be like, "Oh, I don't care. Thank you. You're so smart." Because the lender's saying it's fine. They're saying, "Oh, I have a workaround. Just sign it. You're good." You're not good. You're committing fraud, guys. You're committing fraud with that lender. Just because that lender did all the dirty work doesn't mean that you're not committing fraud by signing the application. That's what you guys need to keep in mind here. The application is going to state how much you make. It's going to show how much you have in assets. So if you guys are looking at that application and you're like, "Whoa, wait, I make $5,000 a month. This says 10. I make, you know, I don't have a self-employed business as well. Like, what?" You know, it's not you should be afraid, okay? And look, sometimes with VA, I'll have buyers call me and they'll be like, Jen, you have my income wrong. No, I don't. So with VA, if you get disability, we can gross it up because it's non-taxable income. Also with some forms of Social Security. So there are ways that lenders can increase your income on fixed non-taxable income, but beyond that, you really want to watch out for this red flag. So just a couple fun fraud stories. Oh, maybe that will be the title, fun fraud stories. But as a buyer, the way to stay in front of this is, look, if they're telling you to lie, get a different lender. Life is too short to lie. Okay, and there's penalties for buyers that commit mortgage fraud. There really are. And then secondly, always check your application. You know, you get your loan estimate that has your loan disclosures that have all of this stuff in it. Read the application. If suddenly you have $200,000 in a 401k that you never knew existed, red flag. If your income's doubled, red flag. So I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. As always, I am licensed in 48 states, everywhere but Rhode Island and Utah. So if you have questions, comments, need a mortgage, reach out. We have a link to my application. We're happy to get you guys fully pre-approved and underwritten with no games. Thanks for watching.